What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Wrath of the Lich King Classic video. That's right, I am finally returning to Wrath of the Lich King Classic. It has been a while since my last Wrath video, roughly 3 months to be exact, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about why I am returning and what my plans are for future content, as well as get your input on what you want to see in future videos. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. First of all, why did I take a break? I will talk about this in two separate reasons, as the reasoning behind this is twofold. I made a video on this before I took this break, and my plan was always to return to Wrath of the Lich King after a few months, so this is not really out of the blue, and this return was always scheduled for roughly this time. My first reason for taking this break was obviously Dragonflight coming out, and up until a month before the launch of Dragonflight, I had no intention to even give it a chance, since I was having so much fun in Wrath of the Lich King, and I knew that Wrath was the one expansion where I wanted to experience everything I could, because it is the one expansion that I somewhat missed out on when I was a kid, as I took a major break in OG TBC, and didn't come back until the last patch of Wrath, so I never experienced Uldor, for example, or Trial of the Crusader, or even the Wrath version of Noxramas for that matter. That being said, I have always said that Phase 1 of Wrath Classic is and was always going to be the most boring phase. Once you have leveled up your characters, you get bored pretty quickly. Noxramas is a raid that most of us already did back in Classic WoW, which was just about 2 years ago, and even though the Wrath version is slightly reworked, it is a lot of the same strategies and the same type of environment, so it doesn't really feel new to us Classic players. And after having cleared Noxramas every week on 3 separate characters, as well as having leveled up 7 characters to level 80, as well as having farmed out and made over 300,000 gold, I really felt like I had completed what I wanted to do in Phase 1 of Wrath Classic, and I also knew that Phase 2 was not coming out anytime soon. This pretty much made me give Dragonflight a try, since I have never missed an expansion launch in retail, with the exception of OG Wrath, and I've honestly enjoyed every retail expansion launch so far. So it was really the perfect storm. I felt like I didn't need to keep playing Phase 1, and that made me give Dragonflight a try, and I really have enjoyed Dragonflight so far. I am still enjoying it, and I plan to log in every single week to do my weeklies on some characters, but for content I feel like I have left my mark on the Dragonflight scene, at least for now, and I have made the helpful gold making content that I wanted to make, at least for now. So reason number 2 for taking this break from Wrath was to avoid burnout. I intend to play every single phase of Wrath Classic, and having made content on Wrath since February last year, like literally only been focusing on Wrath content since February, I barely even played TBC, as all my time was spent researching Wrath of the Lich King, playing Voldemort Wrath servers, and learning everything I could about Wrath to make sure that I could make the most informative content. I have not been playing, and I have not been playing and covering Wrath since Wrath Classic came out. Like, I had a solid 7-month start. I have not just been playing and covering Wrath since it came out. I had a solid 7-month start, which led to me getting kinda tired of covering that specific game alone, at least in the video format that I was covering it in, which was pretty much always in a helpful guide format, which tied into gold making in some aspect, whether it was a profession guide, gold farming guide, gold making guide, or even reputation guides for gold making reasons, and so on. When TBC Classic came out, I did the exact same thing, and did not take a break, which led to me completely quitting TBC in Phase 2, because of several reasons, not just burnout, but a combination of burning out and also the severe botting problem. So long story short, I was starting to feel a burnout regarding Wrath Classic, and instead of taking a reactive break when I actually burn out, which might even lead to quitting, I decided to take a proactive break before hitting burnout to preserve my passion for the game. So next up on the agenda, my plans for future content. I will try to keep this short and precise, instead of going in depth on everything, and just give you the headliners. So first up, updated profession guides. Now that we have played Wrath for a bit, we know even more about what works and what does not. Some of my profession guides are at least outdated, and I intend to make better ones with the current economy in mind. I also want to make some updated gold making guides, so this will be all types of gold making, gold farming, alternative gold making strategies, future investments, reviewing my old investments, which ones were successful and which ones failed, and why they failed, and so on. It is worth noting that any gold farming and gold making video will be released as early access to anyone that has my Wrath of the Lich King gold guide as well, which you can find in the video description down below or the pinned comment if you want to check it out. Lastly, I also want to make more general classic WoW videos, which is a broad category in itself, but can be simple videos such as the population of Wrath Classic, faction balance, and obviously trying to make an impact on the botting situation, as that is something that I personally feel strongly about. One more thing worth mentioning is that I will try to cover Classic Era in some ways as well. I just have to figure out exactly how. So, I have seen quite a few comments in the last couple of weeks, really all the time that I've been playing Dragonflight, that you have been missing my Wrath content, and it really means a lot to me that you guys have been enjoying my Wrath videos, and I'll do my best to keep you guys entertained and help the Classic community in any way that I can. I will also say that I have really been missing Wrath Classic the last couple of weeks, really the entirety of January, and I honestly can't wait to get back into making some Classic content again. I have always been I've also been testing the waters with hardcore WoW in my off time lately, leveling a couple of characters in the hardcore scene, and for those who don't know what that is, it is basically a challenge on the Classic Era servers where you are not allowed to die. Death means delete, so if you die you have to restart a brand new character, and it's really been very enjoyable. It is such a simple way to make the game a lot more challenging, and each level you accomplish feels so rewarding, and it makes you play the game in a very different way than you're used to. I might even stream some of my hardcore leveling sessions over on Twitch if some of you are interested. So with that being said, that pretty much covered my reasons for taking a break, why I am back, and what you should expect from future content. With that being said, I want to ask you guys, what type of content do you want to see? At the end of the day, I am here to make videos for you guys, so if you have anything specific in mind that you want my coverage on, let me know in the comment section down below. I know that for hype reasons, I probably should have returned to Wrath Classic when Phase 2 came out, but the reality is, Blizzard really sucks at releasing content in both retail and classic, and spacing it out to fit people who play both versions, and it's like Blizzard is trying to force us to only play one or the other, which really sucks, as I know there's quite a few of us retail enjoyers who also enjoy classic and vice versa. Even though I know the average classic player probably hates retail with a passion, it is still not a good decision for Blizzard to be their own competition when it comes to having players play their game. Either way, there you have it guys, I'm back to making classic content, hopefully you will enjoy it, and that is pretty much the video.